During a long, hot African summer, a giraffe reached across to eat from a tree growing in the sand. As the giraffe got close to the tree, he noticed a small green caterpillar munching on a leaf. The caterpillar was startled by the large orange head with gleaming white teeth that towered in front of him. "Oh, you frightened me," the caterpillar shouted. "Sorry," the giraffe replied. "But don't worry, I can eat somewhere else." The caterpillar watched as the giraffe took a huge bite on the other side of the tree, ripped off lots of leaves, and lifted his giant head high into the air. "Wow," the little creature called. "That's enough to feed a caterpillar for a week." The giraffe smiled as he reached down and took another bite. The caterpillar realized the giraffe would not eat him, so he resumed feeding on his leaf, but still kept a cautious eye on his giant dinner companion. When he was full, the giraffe brought his head in front of the caterpillar and said goodbye. "I'm off to get some water. I hope I've left you enough to eat." "Yes, thank you, but it's so hot and dry here. I'm worried this tree might soon lose its leaves." "Oh, don't concern yourself," the giraffe replied. "There are lots of other trees near the pond." "I can't see any," the caterpillar lamented. The giraffe laughed and lowered his head next to the caterpillar. "Here, climb on board." The caterpillar carefully reached over to the monstrous head and crawled near the ears. The giraffe lifted his head. The caterpillar watched as the tree he had been on appeared to get smaller. As the giraffe lifted its head, sure enough, some distance away, there was a large clump of trees around a pool of water. "Can you see the trees?" the giraffe called. "Yes, I can." "You want me to take you there?" "Please." The caterpillar looked down. The giraffe was taking huge steps forward. In minutes, the giraffe crossed a sandy area that would have taken the caterpillar days. When they arrived at the pond, the giraffe bent down and allowed the caterpillar to climb back onto the leaves. "How can I ever thank you?" the caterpillar cried. "It's not necessary," the giraffe said, shaking his head. "Perhaps one day I can do you a favour," the caterpillar said proudly. The giraffe laughed. "That's a very funny idea, but your thanks are enough. Goodbye, my friend." The giraffe walked away, laughing at the idea that a little caterpillar wanted to help him. A few weeks later, the caterpillar found a nice shady spot and spun himself into a cocoon. The caterpillar stayed wrapped in silk for 19 days, until finally a beautiful blue and green butterfly struggled into the world. Standing on a branch, he flapped his wings until he got the courage to fly. He then jumped off and began to flutter into the air. As the butterfly rose into the sky, he was shocked by what he saw below. Lying in a muddy pond was the giraffe. The butterfly quickly flew down and landed on its nose. "Are you okay?" he asked. The giraffe was weak and slowly opened his eyes. "My goodness, aren't you the caterpillar I met some weeks ago?" "Yes, but what happened?" "The summer has become so hot, the pond has dried. I have looked everywhere, but I can't find any water." "Perhaps I can help you." This time the giraffe did not laugh. "Thank you, but how could you possibly help me?" Without a word, the butterfly flew into the air. Using all his strength, he flapped his wings so hard that soon the huge giraffe looked like an ant on the ground. Floating high among white puffy clouds, the butterfly saw a beautiful oasis. It was gleaming like a jewel far away in the dusty land. He quickly glided down and landed back on the giraffe's nose. "Can you walk?" The giraffe nodded. "Perhaps for a day or so, but not much longer." "Then we must move fast. I can lead you to water." The giraffe struggled to his feet and slowly followed the butterfly. Although the giraffe would never have thought it possible, His tiny friend was saving his life. It was a lesson he would never forget.